Hi everyone, I'm doing a video on boom cards. This is something that I used almost exclusively when we were virtual during COVID, but I still use it today either on my iPad or on a whiteboard or Promethean board in the classroom. So before I get into some of the key points, I just kind of want to show you what a boom card is. And so it is basically these little, they're called like card decks where you can kind of like present materials on the computer. You can find all kinds of different subjects. Obviously, this is for speech therapy, but it's just different questions, or you can do more like open ended games. So, this one is some WH questions. When do you use goggles? So, you can kind of click your way through the questions. When do I hunt for eggs? So, that just kind of shows you what it is. Like I said, there's also more open ended things. So this was from Valentine's Day. You know, you can decorate a cookie or something like that. So there's that kind of just shows you what a boom card is. But going back to some of the things that we need to talk about, the first thing, accessibility. Um, it does have really good accessibility in terms of touch. So, like I said, using it on an iPad or some sort of smart board is the easiest because kids can click and drag and things like that with their finger. The content, so if you go to the store where you buy things, the content, you can either search for boom cards by subject. So, there's all kinds of different subjects here, that you can look through. It goes pretty detailed. You can search by grade over here, or if you have something really specific, an area of content, you can just type it into the search bar and then all the cards that match will show up. It does tell you here, you can pay for some of them. Some of them are also free. I personally have never bought anything on here. I've only done free and I have a pretty good library. So you can definitely get a lot for free. Um, User friendliness. I think it's super user friendly from the teacher perspective. I love being able to make the folders to keep organized. In terms of the students, I think that there is also some good user friendliness. So if they are in an activity, so let me go to this one. So if they were in an activity, they have the options to skip. So if that's too hard, they can skip it and come back to it. I don't love the wording, but they can also give up if they, aren't sure about it. And then also for us, there is a help button down here. So you can type in any questions and different articles will pop up to try to help you pinpoint. For management features, obviously we decide the skill level based on what grade or subject area that we teach. When you're in a boom card, you have these options for sound if you want the feedback off, if you want sound to text. So that's nice. Instead of the red bubble, if they get something wrong saying whoops, it'll say like, try again or something like that. So there are some different sound settings. Like I said, kids can skip cards if they need to skip and go back. And then when you're in the teacher mode, you can also hide a card. So if there's a certain card that you don't want the student to see, you can hide it. So that would be more so if you assign this to a student to complete on their own. You could hide cards and then they wouldn't see it come up. I don't use it in speech therapy, but I know some of my colleagues use the reports feature. So if you did assign boom cards to students to do on their own, you can get reports of how they did. So it'll obviously show you, how many they got correct or incorrect. It can also show you by question, like, oh, on question number or card number 6, most of your class got it wrong, things like that. So the reports, I'm sure, are helpful as a classroom teacher, especially if you're assigning. For support materials, again, we have the help button for kids. They have that skip button if they need to skip. But otherwise, kids don't have a lot of support if they're doing it, independently. For the value, I think it's a really good value currently. Like I said, I have a pretty big library and I've never paid for anything. So, there's all kinds of things. This one's about, figuring out good friends and bad friends. So, these are not friends. They're laughing at him. So there's all kinds of skills that you can do. But like I said, most of them are free. I have heard rumors that instead of having this store where you buy individual card decks, I've heard that they might be switching to a pure subscription model where you would pay, say, like $15 a month and then get unlimited access. I don't love that because I don't consistently use this enough where I would want to pay a monthly fee. So I really hope that they don't do that and they kind of keep it as an as needed basis. I'm sure some people that would be great if they use it all the time, but that would kind of take away for the people who use it sort of intermittently. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how that goes. It's just a rumor, so we will see what happens with that. But otherwise, I really recommend Boom Cards. Like I said, there's a ton on here, a ton to search through, and the kids love it. They think it's so fun. They asked to do it. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Thanks.